What is up, class? Welcome back. Today we are talking about Moses. Now, you might think, oh, the old guy with the beard and the stone tablets. No, stop. Moses is the OG superhero. Before Iron Man, before Harry Potter, before Luke Skywalker, there was Moses. His story is the ultimate hero's journey. It has everything: a secret origin story, a massive identity crisis, magical showdowns, and the biggest escape scene in human history. But here is the catch. Moses didn't want to be a hero. He actually tried to quit the job before he even started. He had a criminal record, a speech impediment, and major anxiety. Before we dive in, let's set the rules. I'm going to pause, and you have to answer. Question: Moses is famous for leading his people out of which country? Egypt. Specifically, out of slavery in Egypt. Moses is born at the worst possible time. The Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, is afraid there are too many Hebrews, so he orders all baby boys to be thrown into the Nile River. Moses' mom says, "Not today." She hides him in a waterproof basket and floats him down the river. This is literally Superman's origin story. Baby sent away in a vessel to save his life, found by a powerful family. Pharaoh's daughter finds him. She adopts him. So, Moses grows up in the palace. He eats the best food, goes to the best schools, and wears the freshest clothes. But deep down, he knows, I am not Egyptian. I am a Hebrew. One day, Moses sees an Egyptian guard beating a Hebrew slave. Moses snaps. He kills the guard and buries him in the sand. News gets out. Pharaoh puts a bounty on Moses' head. Moses goes from prince of Egypt to homeless fugitive overnight. He runs away to the desert and becomes a shepherd for 40 years. Let's track the status. Question: Moses ran away because he committed a crime. What was the crime? Murder. He killed an Egyptian guard. Follow-up: where did he hide the body? In the sand. Moses is 80 years old now. He's just chilling, watching sheep. Suddenly, he sees a bush on fire. But it's not burning up. It's just glowing. Moses walks over, and the bush starts talking. God says, "Moses, I have heard the cry of my people. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring them out of Egypt." Now, if God told you to do something, you'd do it, right? Moses says, "Who am I? I'm nobody. Also, I can't speak well." Scholars believe Moses had a stutter. He was terrified of public speaking. He basically tells God, "You have the wrong number. Send someone else." God replies with the ultimate power move. He says, "I am who I am." God is saying, it doesn't matter who you are, Moses. It matters who I am. Imposter syndrome check. Question: what was Moses' biggest excuse for why he couldn't lead the people? He wasn't a good speaker. He had a speech impediment. Follow-up: did God accept the excuse? No, but he did let Moses' brother, Aaron, come along to help talk. Moses goes back to Egypt. He walks up to Pharaoh, the most powerful man on earth, and drops the famous line, "Let my people go." Pharaoh laughs. No. So, God sends the 10 plagues. Think of this like a boxing match. God versus the gods of Egypt. Round 1. The Nile turns to blood. Round 2. Frogs. Everywhere. In the beds, in the ovens, in the shoes. Frogmageddon. Rounds 3 through 9. Lice, flies, sickness, hail, locusts, darkness. Pharaoh is stubborn. He keeps saying no. Finally, the 10th plague, the death of the firstborn. This is where Passover comes from. The Israelites paint lamb's blood on their doorframes so the plague passes over them. Pharaoh's son dies. He finally breaks. He screams, "Get out. Go." Let's review the scoreboard. Question: how many plagues did it take to break Pharaoh? 10. Question: what was the phrase Moses kept saying to Pharaoh? "Let my people go." The Israelites leave. There are millions of them. But Pharaoh changes his mind. He sends 600 chariots, the tanks of the ancient world, to kill them. The Israelites are trapped. The Red Sea is in front of them. The army is behind them. They start panicking. "Moses, did you bring us out here to die?" Moses stands up. He raises his staff, and he says this incredible line, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." Whoosh. The sea splits in half. Dry ground appears. They walk through walls of water. When the Egyptians try to follow, the water crashes back down. Game over. Physics defied. Question: what body of water did they cross? The Red Sea. Follow-up: what did Moses have to do to make it part? Raise his staff over the water. You'd think they'd go straight to the promised land, right? It's an 11-day walk. It took them 40 years. Why? because they kept complaining and disobeying. During this time, Moses climbs Mount Sinai and gets the 10 Commandments. These are the rules for how to live. Don't kill, don't steal, honor your parents. Moses leads them all the way to the edge of the Promised Land. But here is the tragedy. Moses doesn't get to go in. He dies just before they cross the finish line. He did the work, but didn't get the prize. Timeline check. Question: how long did they wander in the desert? 40 years. Question: what did Moses receive on top of Mount Sinai? The 10 Commandments. So, why is this the ultimate story? Because Moses is the most relatable leader. The flaw: he had a dark past and a stutter. The growth: he went from hiding in the desert to telling a king what to do. The lesson: God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. Moses proves that you don't have to be perfect or the best speaker or have a clean record to change history. You just have to say yes when the bush starts burning. All right, class, that's the bell. Study up on the plagues, especially the frogs. That's my favorite. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.